Hey everyone, welcome back to Mini Bike Mike's Garage. Well, most of you who have installed a Nibbi carburetor onto your Ice Bear Champion or your aftermarket engine that you've got in your Trail 70 or whatever bike you've got it in, you know that most cables have too long of an inner cable compared to the outer sheath. And when you put it all together, you've got some play. You can roll the throttle a little bit before it actually engages the slide and pulls up, and that's kind of frustrating. I have shown in the past where I actually cut the tip off of a ink pen and modified it a little bit to fit into the top of the cap and create a little bit of a spacer. And it works, but it's kind of janky, and I've been looking for a better solution to something to come up with is a little nicer looking, a little better finish to get that done. And I'm not going to say I'm completely satisfied with this, but I think it's better than the tip of an ink pen. So let me bring you in. I'm going to show you what I'm working on. So here's what I've come up with, guys. I went on Amazon and I found these, which are a dirt bike or mini bike throttle adjustment piece. It's got a couple nuts on it, and you can adjust those, and it's threaded. And I saw that, and I thought, well, I wonder if that threaded part will fit down in that cap. Well, so I bought some. It was like, I can't remember, $6 or $7 for, 6 of them or something like that. And so I bought it, and and they came in. Yes, and it does fit. It's a little sloppier than what I would like it to be, but it does work. So I put this and the spacer on the cable and put the rubber on. Well, the rubber only came down to about right there, so you could see some threads and so forth. I didn't really like the way that looked, so then I added another nut to it like that and put that in there. Well, that took up all the thread, but then this thing still didn't. You still saw the nuts down there and so forth. I was trying to get a little cleaner look. So I took a second one, and I don't know if you can't really see how deep it is. It's pretty deep down in that hole, and I was like, I don't really need all that depth. So I have cut off 1/4 of an inch or so off the top of this, and then to kind of smooth this out, I put 3 nuts on it, just like this one is, and then I stuck this in a drill and used my grinder, and I ground the nuts down smooth. And my hope is that when I put this together and that this slides down, it's not going to reach all the way to the carb cap, but at least you don't see all the threads and the nuts and that sort of thing sticking out. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this and show you how it all fits together and how it takes up the slop and the throttle. So there's what the finished look is like. Now, like I said, you can't get this all the way down to the bottom of the carb cap. I don't know, maybe you might be able to, just thinking about it now, you might be able to cut a piece of small fuel line, like 3/8 or something, short piece, and get it to slide over if this gap really bothers you. It doesn't bother me. It's in there nice and sturdy. It's not coming out, not falling over. Hit the throttle. Oh, it's immediate. And it still reaches down to the bottom. So I'm really happy with that. If you've put a Nibbi on your Ice Bear Champion, Amigo Rocky, or any other aftermarket engine, and you've got some cable slop, you might look at that. It's worked for me, and I think that's a solution that I may use in the future.